I'm Colson, and we're here in Sag Harbor. That's the Sag Harbor Bay over there. And I'm going to place my book in context. It's called Sag Harbor. It takes place in 1985. I'm a child of the 80s, so there are a lot of great things going on. New Coke. It's the early days of hip-hop before sort of gangster rap took over. So this book is different from my other ones because it draws a little more directly on my own personal experience. I grew up in New York City and would come out here in the summer. A lot of people don't know about the black community in Sag Harbor, but there are black professionals, doctors, lawyers, teachers in the 20s and 30s who wanted a place to go in the summer. They weren't particularly welcome in Bridgehampton, the Jersey Shore, basically anywhere. So they sort of found this place and it started coming out. It would spread by word of mouth. You know, you'd have your cousin out one year and then they would buy a house. They'd have more people out. Soon you have a community. I never liked books about adolescence. I hated high school, and so it always depressed me to read books about kids, teenagers. For my own part, I never liked Holden Caulfield, The Catcher in the Rye. I feel like if we could just give him like some Prozac or an Xbox, it would have been a much shorter book and a much better book. So I'm older. You know, I've had a little therapy. I'm a little more. I don't have so many hang-ups about that time, so it seemed like a good time to sort of tackle adolescence. So the setup is basically that these kids from New York City come out to Sag Harbor in the summer. The way it actually worked, it sounds strange, but the parents would stay in the city Monday through Friday working, and then only come out on weekends, leaving the sort of boys to themselves. Luckily they were nerds, so there wasn't a lot of like shenanigans. Looking back, it was a missed opportunity, but that's just the way it went down. Not a lot happens. It's really sort of a slice of life. I think when you think about what happens realistically in the summer, you're only like 1% smarter by Labor Day than you were Memorial Day. So there's no like dead body they find like in Stand By Me. There's not like a lynching and the KKK is chasing them through the Hamptons. It's really just an attempt to capture how people really spend their summers, which is a lot of tedium, a few insights, but not much to show for it. One of the things I've discovered now the book is done and people are reading it is that people are really connecting and responding to the depiction of 80s culture, 80s crap culture. So that's been a real sort of fun thing to do. With my book about elevator inspectors, or John Henry, I had to invent subcultures for people, and that was fun. But it was a lot of fun to do this sort of personal archaeology about the 80s. The 70s are probably worse, I'm not sure, but I think the 80s are a close second in terms of recent horrible decades. So it's been a real joy to see people respond to this reintroduction of crappy 80s culture. So it's a portrait of a time and place, a bygone time and place. Everything's changed. Back then, if you wanted to see a naked person, you had to stay up late till 1 a.m. and watch Cinemax. This generation, these kids coming up today, they just go on the internet and it's all at their fingertips. It was the 80s, life was harder.